None of this was on my bingo card tonight, right? I didn't anticipate most of what has happened over the past 2 or 3 hours. Bottom line, when it comes to the voters in Dallas County, it's the Democrats who had so much confusion about where to vote. How did all this happen? Well, normally the Republicans and Democrats get together for the primaries and hold one big joint primary. So when you show up to your precinct, you would say, I'd like to have a Republican ballot or a Democratic ballot. Well, the Republicans said, we don't want to do that this time. And the Democrats were left out on their own. They had to create different places for folks to go vote. That turned into a complete mess. At one point, about 6 o'clock, Colin Allred, who's running for Congress again, District 33 in Dallas County, he decides to go ask a Dallas County judge. Listen, this has become such a mess here. He wants a judge to extend the voting hours. The judge said, sure, we'll extend it for 2 hours until 9 o'clock. Fast forward 90 minutes at 8:30, Ken Paxton was talking to the Supreme Court saying you can't do that. That's against state law. So the Supreme Court said, listen, anybody in line between 7 and 9, those votes do not count. So here we are now. Democrats tell me tonight, they say that they expect oral arguments to happen tomorrow in Austin at the state Supreme Court. This was a preliminary order out tonight, not a final order. It's certainly appealable, it sounds like. Forgive my legal language for the attorneys watching tonight, but they expect briefs to be due later in the week. Here's the bottom line. There are so many Democratic races that are still up in the air because of this. The Democratic race for U.S. Senate, the Democratic race for comptroller, for Texas Attorney General, a number of these races still up in the air. And at the center of it all are voters, Democratic voters in Dallas County. Tiffany Liu has been with Democratic voters in Dallas County, and she joins us live after talking to a number of them long after polls closed there in Pleasant Grove. Tiffany?
Well, Jason, you know, we've been in Dallas County throughout the whole day since this morning. And actually, you know, it's not just Democratic voters who were confused about which polling locations to go to, but Republican voters were also confused as well. And tonight, that frustration absolutely grows. We are here at the Dallas College Pleasant Grove Center, and between 7 and 9 p.m., we were told there are around 30 people that were waiting here trying to cast their ballots, and ultimately, they did not get to vote. Now, one of those voters, he came out just after 9 o'clock. He showed me some video that he took from inside. Some people were there even before 7 o'clock. And then he said election judges and poll workers, they started cleaning up and then they left. They did contact Dallas County Elections and they were told that other judges would be sent this way, but nobody ultimately showed up. Now, I spoke with him. He said he's from the Pleasant Grove area. He said he waited that 2 hours because he thought it would be worth it to cast his ballot. But of course, at the end of the day, he's feeling disappointed.
I wanted to be known. This area might not be the richest area, might not be the best area to live in, but it's still our home. We still citizens of Dallas County. We still should be able to vote, and them not allowing us to vote is just a really injustice in today's election.
Manuel tells me that he fears this will cause voter apathy in the future, especially for a neighborhood like this. But he's not done fighting yet. He's still hoping that something can be done to get his vote in. He says tonight is absolutely unacceptable, and he hopes that this doesn't happen again. Let's send it back to you in the studio.